Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's Spider64. Here again a with yet another video. And for today's video, I'm filming a different spot, just because I'm getting tired of that place over there. That's where I filmed the last few news discussion videos. But yeah, anyways, this is part 3 of how to make NASCAR great again, and basically, yeah, also found this. So yeah, it's a Mach 5 from Speed Racer, and I just fucking wrecked it. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. So anyways, let's just say yeah. Anyways, today I want to talk about rules format. The rules, like simple rules and all that stuff. For some of these. Let me get my camera to this position right, and we'll begin. Alright, so here we go. So the first thing, so some of the rules in NASCAR, some of them, I hate, some of them I hate, and I think a lot of you hate them, but basically we're going to go over the ones that NASCAR introduced in 2017. Alright, first up, the stages. The stages. Now, in my opinion, the stages aren't actually that bad. I know for some diehard NASCAR fans that they hate it. I completely agree. I know what you're facing. I know David Land hates it. I know a lot of other NASCAR YouTubers hate it too. But David Land is the one I know because he, but yeah, so, yeah. I do mention David Land on a lot of my videos, which, hey, he's a good NASCAR YouTuber. You should go sub to him. But, yeah. So, yeah, the stages. Now the stages aren't really a big problem. Okay, the general idea of the stages, and that is reward points throughout the race. Like throughout this 60-lap segment, you get 10 points and a playoff point and whatnot. So yeah, which I have no problem with that whatsoever. You know, but I think the thing that kind of ruins it, and that is it's not good on restrictor plate tracks, because one, in Daytona earlier this year, we saw drivers driving aggressively, and we already had our first big one, not even in the last half of the race, which that's pretty amazing. But yeah, man, drivers were trying to drive aggressively for those stage points, and then obviously they wreck. Well, really, technically, Eric Jones just completely lost talent and just drove into and just basically wrecked the entire field. So yeah. Same thing for the other stage. Brad Keselowski wrecking Chase Elliott. That was all Brad Keselowski's fault, which, yeah. So, yeah, and then at the end of the race, where they're all driving aggressively, which is necessary, which makes sense, because it's Daytona. So, yeah. But you see, with the stages really in general, it really doesn't help the sport, really. I mean, yeah, for the drivers, we can expect a caution, because of strategy and whatnot. But really, for the fans, we want to just see long green flag runs, which usually, to be honest, I was fine with the old format, or how we went green throughout the whole entire race. We had stages, So, yeah, but anyways, so if there was one thing I would change about the stages, and that was I would get rid of the caution period, and I wouldn't really call them stages. I would just call them parts of the race where you will be rewarded points. I would just call it that, or I don't know, something else. But so yeah, basically, like I just said, I wouldn't throw a yellow at the end of each and every stage. I would just, like at lap 60, reward you points, and whatnots. So, yeah. But I don't think that's really the routes really to go to. I think really the best route really to go to is one, remove the stages completely, which if we do that, then NASCAR fans will be happy, you know? So, yeah. Oh yeah, something else, and also another rule that NASCAR should change, and that is the 5-minute crash damage vehicle policy. I think it's now 6 minutes. So, whatever. This rule, I don't like it. I mean, you're basically giving these drivers 5 minutes to work on the car, and if you don't beat the clock, then you're out of the race. Which to me, that's kind of stupid. Plus, I think now more and more we see more drivers DNF because they didn't beat the caution clock because they need time to work on the car, which is very much understandable. But you see, really, here's the deal. So what I would do to improve the 5-minute clock? Remove it completely. I would just remove it completely. People don't like the caution clock. I know David Land doesn't like it. He says it's BS, even though he didn't say the actual words and text bullshit. Still. And so yeah, I would just get rid of it completely. I mean, it's really unnecessary. Plus, I don't want a lot of drivers just to DNF out of a race. Unless when they wreck and they're only given like 5 minutes to repair the damage. I mean, they should be. I would allow them to go to the garage and try to repair them and just run a few laps. Instead of DNF out of the race, unless if it's an engine failure. So yeah. Let's see. What other rule should I change? Oh yeah, here's something else. The overtime rule. I guess I should talk about. Now, what do I mean by the overtime rule? Now, not many people actually like overtime. I mean, well, one, we did get rid of the overtime line, which, praise the Lord for that. But basically, well, you see, here's the way I would change the overtime thing. One, I would change it. I would do the old classic way. One, I will call it a green, white, checkered finish. I don't want to call it overtime, even though it technically is overtime. NASCAR's not football. It is not football or any type of sport. It's racing, We don't have overtime, And I would just call it green, white, checkered again. We'll have the 3 attempts, The 3 attempts, so, yeah. Yeah. And then also, no matter what, whenever there's a wreck, the race must finish under green. No matter what. No matter what, the race must finish under green, Okay? That's the deal about the race. And also for the green, white, checker finishes, if it's like 2 laps to go left in the race, then the laps that they run throughout the caution period, that won't count to the race. That won't. Because one, and like for example, the Brickyard 400 from last year, it didn't go 400 miles. It went 405 or 110 miles because of how many overtimes we had. So yeah, the caution laps that are there do not count. I meant the final 2 laps are the final miles of the race. So yeah, even though it probably wouldn't make sense, but still, I meant the race still did not go 400 miles. Or here's something else we can maybe do, and that is just if there's a wreck at the end of the last lap, whoever is the leader of the race wins the race. the race will just have to end under caution, which I think that could be the best route for NASCAR to go to. But yeah. So let me see what else. Oh yeah, here's another thing, and that is the pit guns. The pit guns that NASCAR use right now. The pit guns are terrible. They're absolutely terrible. They're crappy as hell. And and what do I mean by that? Well, it's quite simple actually. It's because a lot of pit gun failures. Well, there has been a lot of pit gun failures, this year, and really, it's been annoying me. It's just because, last year we had no pit gun errors. But now we're having a lot of pit gun errors. And the pit guns that NASCAR is giving to these drivers are terrible. Kevin Harvick completely said that the pit guns are just terrible. So, yeah. Yeah, the pit guns are terrible. They should just get rid of it. They should have it they should do the same thing from last year, and that is the crew members use their own pit guns. Speaking of what, the pit road rules. I hate how there's 5 guys that go over the wall. Okay? Now keep in mind that it used to be 7 guys, but now it's just 5. When they went to 6, I was kind of fine with that, But the reason why I hate it, and that's because 1, the pit stops are more slower, and 2, I just hate it. I just don't like it. Now here's something that I would do that is more smarter, and that is now I know why NASCAR does it, and that's because it's a safety feature. But here's the deal: people are still gonna get hurt no matter what. So yeah, no matter how many times we try to reduce the pit road how many guys go over the wall, people are still gonna get hurt. I'm thinking the reason why they did this was because after the stuff that happened in Indianapolis, what the Jackman for Justin Allgaier, how he fell and took a hit. Justin Allgaier missed his pit box, basically. It wasn't because there's too many crew members over the wall. And also, NASCAR pit stops are supposed to be fast. And they're like 2 or 4 seconds slower. That just ticks me off, I want plus I want NASCAR pit stops to be fast. And also, let the gas man at least help. The gas man can't even do anything, which is just dumb. And whatnot. So, yeah, that's one thing, I would put 7 guys back over the wall, which something that I hope that they do, It's something I hope that they do, but most likely they won't do it. Most likely next year it's gonna be 4 guys over the wall. NASCAR's gonna ban fuel, which if they do that, I won't be surprised about anything. So yeah, that's just stupid. And then here's the final one, and that is the double yellow line at the restrictor plate tracks such as Daytona and Talladega. I agree with Dale Jr. with this, and that is, they should just get rid of it. It really doesn't serve no purpose. Plus, NASCAR, is really bad at trying to penalize drivers. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was forced to be below that yellow line, and you penalized him. Penalized Kyle Busch, for doing that. Dude, get rid of the double yellow line. It really doesn't serve no purpose other than it's out of bounds. I mean, let them race below the apron, even though the cars will just get loose below the apron. I mean, at least for the trial, they'll try to like make through the track. There's no out of bounds, like Daytona Talladega. Try to let these drivers drive aggressively. Except I would say there's no out of bounds through the turns because both Daytona and Talladega are pretty banked. And if you go down below there, then you're gonna get spun out and you're gonna cause a wreck, which is something like if you clip the apron, then you'll cause a big wreck. So yeah, like make how there's no out of bounds in the back straightaway or the tri-oval. So yeah, that's something I would do. That's something else I would do, as well. Now, what's another thing? I think that's pretty much it. Let me see. I'm trying to think of something else, but I think that's pretty much it. So yeah. Anyways, there you go, guys. That is So that's the so yeah that those are the that's NASCAR that's part 3 of how to make NASCAR great again. You know, and obviously for this video I talked about the rules and stuff like that. So anyways, hey guys, comment down below what do you think that NASCAR rules you would change. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot, and I did not go for any of them of this video, but there's the ones that I would change. Maybe let's see what you guys think. So yeah. Also, actually, I've decided that there will be I think a part 4 and a part 5, possibly maybe a part 6. Yeah, it's gonna be a long series. So the first one, part 4 will be talking about NASCAR drivers, in the Xfinity Series. And then, last but not least, it will be about Brian France. In part 6, will be part 6. Part 6, maybe, I'm going to be ranting on David Hoots or something like that. So, yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below. So, yeah. That being said, I will see all of you in the next video. Bye.